Damn, you really showed up on my birthday? Let's go! Hey, thank you. Thank you for all the early birthday wishes. You guys are the best. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in. Bro, what is happening at the airport? They got ectoplasm in the Miami airport. You guys know who to call.
You guys, who built this building? Unbelievable. Who laid every single one of these bricks hand by hand, guys? Look at this. That right there is a massive cymatic pattern. This building right here was built to heal the human body. Inside it resonates frequencies. I've never been inside. I wish I can go inside right now, but I can't. Look at the faces. Think that's hammer and chisel? You'll see. Look at this.
That looks like a gargoyle, doesn't it? How crazy would it be if they actually got petrified by the sun and that's how they landed? Look at that, y'all. Why even put a gargoyle right there? Is that a gargoyle? You guys don't remember that Gargoyle show back in the day? I'm telling you, they turned into stone when the sun came up. Were they trying to show us something? We might have to dive into gargoyles.
Look at this. This is an old world building, guys. Now, I believe that half this building is underground. That's why there's steps always leading up. This used to be a window, and they later converted it into a door. Look at this, another sculpture here, guys. The energy here is insane. You can feel it. These bricks hand by hand. These guys were master masons. Limestone too. Limestone is extremely conductive. That's why on the top of these buildings, you'll see these resonators. These harness energy from the ether. The higher up you go, the more electricity there is in the atmosphere, guys. The etheric energy. This building was a power plant. Another massive cymatic pattern on this window. You're telling me that we're the most advanced civilization to exist. It's absolute garbage. We cannot build like this. The stained glass, the pointed domes and ceilings, as you can see, this was the most efficient way to carry energy in a building. Here's the other side of this building, another massive cymatic pattern. This building's absolutely nuts, guys. Absolutely nuts. Blows my mind. Everything you were told about our ancient past is a lie. You need to look within for the real answers. Peace and love. And then this is how we're building right here. The most advanced civilization of all time. Yeah.
Now we just build boxes. They'll literally send you a box now that you can flip open and create a house, which actually isn't a bad idea if you have some land, just to get away from renting your whole life.
You humans call me Goliath.
Damn, they don't make them like they used to, do they?
You're gonna love this one. Let's talk about gargoyles. So although the origin of gargoyles dates back to ancient times, notably the Egyptians and the Romans, generally gargoyles are associated with medieval culture and were often found on Gothic churches. It's also important to note the difference between gargoyles and grotesques. So gargoyles are actually functional water sprouts, and that's what they were built for. They were put on the top of churches to help redirect the water flow to prevent erosion, whereas grotesques are purely decorative. However, gargoyles often also serve a symbolic purpose. Their monstrous and hideous appearances were meant to ward off evil spirits, and in medieval time, a lot of people believed they had magical powers, so that their hideous appearance would scare away any malevolent forces that wanted to get into the building. So they're also a symbol of protection. However, there were also some darker superstitions about gargoyles. The gargoyle curse refers to how some people thought they could come alive at night, and that if you made direct eye contact with a gargoyle, it would either curse you or come alive and attack you. There was even a belief that gargoyles could protect you from the plague, and that just having a gargoyle on a building could prevent illness from coming in. Pretty cool if you ask me. I just got this new gargoyle. What do you think I should name him? I will make the most liked comment his name.
People keep saying gargoyles are water spouts, but all the water spouts I seen, they don't look like gargoyles. Let's look at a couple. Ignore the caption, y'all. But this is normally what the water spouts look like, y'all. That don't look like no gargoyle to me. It looks like something creepy and weird. I don't know. All right, this looks like a gargoyle. This gargoyle water spout. This is probably the first gargoyle water spout I've ever seen, to be honest with you guys. Damn, did we find one? I don't think that's no gargoyle. That might be a vampire. Why does a time traveler have to record in black and white? Give us a HD GoPro footage. Damn, ask if you shall receive, huh? That was some good CGI. I enjoyed that.
Why are gargoyles on churches? Here's the reason. They served several purposes, but one was as a water spout. These gargoyles kept rainwater from running down the sides of these churches and directed the water away from the church's foundations. However, they served a spiritual purpose as well. People believed gargoyles could scare away evil spirits and protect the church. Their disfigured faces also served as a reminder to the townspeople of the dangers of sin and their need for salvation. Interesting fact, the word gargoyle comes from this French word which means throat because of their water spout function. Why are gargoyles?
Interesting. But I'm not totally convinced that's a gargoyle. That looks more like a cat with wings.
The Denver airport, creating that gargoyle that tells everyone it's the ace of the Illuminati. Yes, Denver airport's talking gargoyle spooks travelers. Welcome to that Illuminati headquarters. I mean Denver International Airport. Now, if you actually do a little bit of research and look into the Denver International Airport, you find a lot of really strange things. First is the paintings that are on the walls, which seem to tell of some strange future dystopian situation that comes up. These are painted at the Denver International Airport. And if you look into the Denver International Airport, the amount of money it took to build the Denver International Airport, how deep they dug, and massive amounts of space below that airport for something. Or it may not be the Illuminati headquarters, but if they're doing something bizarre, you're playing into this like conspiracy theory trap here. If you don't want us to talk about the conspiracy theories, don't propagate it with the murals.
And then, so how is that whole mural complex? Because there's a lot of them explained. Oh no, we didn't mean that.
Oh,
why
really?
is it there? I mean,
Why is it there?
Why not paint
Was that a blue horse? How creepy was that?
like beautiful flowered fields?
And they have a gargoyle that talks? What? We gotta type that in. Denver Airport gargoyle talk?
Hey, I'll give you $100 if you come sit here in my place and let me take your flight out of here. Hey, excuse me. Can I borrow a phone? Mine's been stuck in airplane mode for about 6,000 years. Could you set up a Tinder account for me? Sitting here gets pretty lonely. My knees are killing me. Sitting like this for thousands of years will do that to you. Hey, you with the black luggage. No, not you. You. Looking good. Hey, Frank. Frank, is that you? Oh, I'm sorry. I mistook you for another gargoyle.
He said 6,000 years? Did you guys catch that? He knows.
Have you seen the talking gargoyle at baggage claim in the Denver airport? Have you seen the talking...
I need to hear him say that line. It said, welcome to the the DIA. Oh my goodness.
But you humans call me Goliath.
Oh, I didn't know he was the voice actor. How cool is that? I should have known. Shout out to Keith David for being one of the most iconic voices of my childhood. A show haunted by the humans we're sworn to protect. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Take a look at this specimen. The colors on this are absolutely crazy. I believe they sliced this. Like they probably got a couple slices from this. Colored tourmaline. Pink, purple, yellow, orange, green, natural tourmaline, and many colors. From Madagascar. Wow. We normally see the tourmaline protruding up like skyscrapers. Seen in an actual slice and looking at all the individual colors is amazing. If I had to name this piece, I would call it Alien Fruit Slice. And the last one, take a look at this beauty. A lot going on here. Spherical creedite and flower shaped creedite. The whole looks like an eagle. Yeah, I can kind of see it a little bit. Wow. This one is extraordinary, isn't it? There's a lot going on here. Definitely dazzling. You can see this, it dazzle all through it. I love that sky blue going on throughout it, and it's just, you can get lost at looking at all the different structures that's going on with this. If I had to name this specimen, I would call it Ice Phoenix. Yeah.
If you want undeniable evidence of the fallen angels, you don't need to look far. Just study anything labeled, well, ancient alien theory, the temples, the giants, the sky gods who descended and gave man forbidden knowledge. Mainstream media calls it myth. Ancient astronaut theorists call it alien, but the truth is far older and far more dangerous. This is not science fiction. This is the echo of a war in heaven. Long before the rise of Babylon or Egypt, before the flood wiped the slate of the earth, there were watchers, angels assigned to guide humanity, guard creation and report back to the Most High, but they fell. Drawn by lust and pride, 200 of them descended to Mount Hermon. They made a pact. They would take human wives. They would create their own kingdom. From their unions came the Nephilim, giants of unspeakable power. They enslaved mankind, devoured creation, and ruled as gods. But they gave more than tyranny. They handed man the keys to corruption. They taught us enchantment and sorcery, war and weaponry, astronomy twisted into astrology, beautification for seduction, abortions and root cutting, the secrets of heaven sold to man for vanity and blood. What modern scholars call, technological leaps in ancient civilizations, what conspiracy theorists might call alien upgrades, was in truth the kingdom of the fallen. They built empires of stone, cities aligned with the stars, and altars soaked in blood, the pyramids, the ziggurats, the megaliths too precise for Bronze Age hands. They ruled, and God intervened. The flood was not just about wicked humanity, it was about the abominations that walked among us, the giants, the watchers, the dark knowledge. God chained the leaders of the rebellion in the abyss. The Nephilim bodies drowned, but their spirits remained, disembodied, wandering, what we now call demons. But here's the part they don't tell you. Their kingdom never truly ended. Christ warned us, as it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be at the coming of the Son of Man. And look around. We are reviving the sins of the watchers. They still whisper to us as we edit genes. As we worship the stars, we manipulate creation itself in the name of progress. The same spirits whisper again, sometimes from altars, but also from labs, screens and pulpits. The evidence is overwhelming if you're willing to see it. Ancient alien theory is not nonsense. It's misdirection. It points to real beings, real events, but gives them a new name so you'll never trace them back to the truth. The fallen angels are not gone. Their legacy is in your textbooks. Their ruins are under your feet. Their message echoes through your media. But so does the warning. You are not just living in history. You are walking in prophecy. Their kingdom is rising again. But so is the kingdom of God, and only one will remain.
They are no longer whispering. They have been given a voice, and the voice is called AI. Pretty soon we're going to give them vessels, body, these silicone skins. They're going to be walking around. It's going to be iRobot all over again. Be sure to keep your old books.
Very dangerous books right here. Very old books telling of our history, world history, and U.S. history right here. As the elites and certain families try to erase every piece of history and rewrite it, empowering others to embolden them to do something very, very stupid, right? So this is Julian Hawthorne's History of the United States from 1492 to 1910. And it's interesting, having read this book, there's certain groups of people that claim that they built the country that was not at all recorded here. And you could say whatever you want about that, but not one mention of any of that shit. None of it, right? And this here, my goodness, the world history, talking about Constantine. There's things in this book that they do not teach you anymore. I mean, I haven't even gone through the whole thing. There's so much to it. It is, I'm going to be on it tonight. Yeah. But this is the history that they don't teach in school anymore. Haven't, and for a very long time. When was this even printed? That one was 1910. This one, let's see here. Where are we at? Where are we at, damn it? 1906, right? Yep. 06. A lot of information. A lot of time for them to have erased so much of this shit. And think about it, man. We all get our information from the internet. No one reads books anymore. So it's been a long-standing theory of mine that libraries, when they're found and deemed to be useless and they all become digital, then what do you need these for? So when they sell off whatever they do and keep the ones they don't need you to have, those go to the incinerator. I've believed this for 20 years now, and I guarantee that shit's happening. So keep your old books, don't give them away. Keep them all. They're more valuable than you realize. Very dangerous books right here.
That's why I always keep this one. And I keep this one. You can't go wrong with these two.
What is your definition of a network? What is your definition like routing? What is a node? What is a node on a network? And is a biosensor a node? And why is this important for our audience to understand the vocabulary and vernacular of nodes on the network?
Well, there are different types of networks. We often talk about our body area network, but that body area network only represents a body. So what happens when we have more than one body? Or if we have a body that has a device or it's talking to more friends in the house, then we call it a personal area network. And we also have networks for our college campuses, utilities, and those can be called metropolitan area networks. And we have networks that cover you worldwide when you travel, wherever you go, wide area networks. So we have a lot of different ways that we watch what you're communicating with and how often and at what security level and whether or not it's important. Now, your biosensors individually inside of you, would it surprise you to know, Professor Engelstein or Mr. Juxtaposition, that we have cybersecurity layers that separate out within your wireless body area network your nodes by the layer of the network we're on. And your biosensors are at that first layer or second layer of your wireless body area network. And we call that cybersecurity layer 1 or layer 2. For your intra, meaning inside only, body area network, or inter, meaning you with either a device or another body area network.
I see. All right. So that's very educational to know that there are many types of networks, from big and small. And what about the biosensor, and what about a node? How does that work with the network?
So to create and maintain any network, we build nodes out and connect them in different ways. When they talk to each other, the nodes, plural, we use something called routing protocols, which are essentially languages that the internet uses to know which nodes are allowed to talk to one another or what networks are allowed to talk to one another. Because it may not be an individual node, it could be an entire network of nodes, like all the little...
What is a node? What is a node?
Well, a nodal area on the network, or representing one geolocation available place. It has a physical address to it.
Can you give an example
of an internet protocol address? Would be probably the easiest thing for people. Hey, what's your IP address? That's the router is your primary network node that you have there. Or if I was using that still applies, like in your house, your network, your cable modem, that would be your primary node, and then your cable modem connects to your computer or your iPad, etc. But your primary node that you connect to first is that cable modem, and it has its own physical address. Similarly, when your body gets hit, your body itself is the first big node because you're connected to your house or your smart grid or whatever. But you have smaller nodes. Just like your cable modem connects to your iPad or your PS5 or your computer, when that big signal comes into your body area network, you have smaller nodes that are only for your heart or only for your legs or only for your head. And that's due to all the health apps that we use for the different ways that we watch our vital signs and biomarkers for the Internet of Medical Things.
Network, nodes, biosensors, body area network, cybersecurity, routing protocols. It's almost like they're hacking into our biofields is what I'm getting. But I wonder, how do they do that? What technology allows that? That's all we have for today's video. If you made it this far, the code word today is G-Day. It's your boy's G-Day. Grateful for another year he's given me. He's truly has blessed me, and I don't take any day for granted. I wake up with a smile on my face knowing that he loves me. I'm also grateful for all you guys coming hanging with me every day. You know, this is truly a blessing that I'm doing, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys. If you're not doing anything later, I'm probably going to be going live on Jet Ski Chuck later. We're going to hang out, dive into some more crazy theories, and I'd love to talk to you. It's been a while. Nickelback. It's been a while since With that being said, this was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you later.